Hi, this is Heidi, Whips and Kits on Flosstube and Instagram, here for a Flosstube update. Long overdue. I was delayed. I fell last week on Wednesday and hit my face on the concrete and busted my nose and got a concussion. We were on our first walk of spring with my coworkers, Terry and Robin. Those poor women are traumatized for good from walking with me. They'll probably never walk with me again. We were just turning around to head back to work, and there was a sign on the asphalt that, one of those orange and white signs, and a leg was sticking up, and I tripped over it and fell flat on my face. So yeah, hurt my face and my knees and my hands. So first couple of days I couldn't stitch at all. I was just too pooped and dizzy to stitch. But I've healed up really well. I had off this week anyway, so I just took it as sick leave and stayed at home and just stitched. So, but I wasn't able to get the stuff done that I wanted to get done. So I got a couple of hydrangeas trimmed outside and some grass pulled a little bit, but I'm hampered by my hand healing. They're almost healed up. Yeah, so I'm ready to show my whips, and I have one finish. Let's start with that. I finished Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. This project was started by my friend Phoebe. Phoebe is Moonshine Stitchery here on Flosstube and Instagram. And I took this to Hobby Lobby to get it framed. I think it was $49 for stretching and to get it framed. And I love this frame. It looks mustard to me instead of gold. I love a mustard frame, and it really brings out the yellow and gold in this picture, I think, or in this piece. I just love it. Phoebe didn't want to stitch this anymore. She wasn't enjoying it. And I said, oh, send it to me. I'll finish it. So I really enjoyed it. I loved it. And the stitching is so dense and pretty. It's just a different look. It's a totally different look, 2/2 than 1/2. And since I have finished this, I have all of them kitted up, all 5 of the Beatles projects. And I started it again on 32 count Confederate gray, or gray. I think this one's Confederate gray. And I wanted to do 1 thread over 2 on a 32 count and see which one I preferred for the other pieces. And I love stitching it so much. I started to stitch it again. I started with the border. I'm stitching it with the called for, but I did switch out some of the flosses to lighter flosses. So this is, again, gray, Weeks gray. And it's a lighter pink for this pink. That is old brick. There was a brighter old brick in it that it was kitted up with. So I used a softer pink old brick, like a more antique-y looking one. So the colors, oops, was I showing the wrong way? No, I wasn't. Okay, so anyway, I am starting this over again, and I want to see which one I prefer. I'll probably frame it in the same frame if it's still available, and just go from there. I love stitching these. This was the most fun stitch ever. This is a very beautiful, dingy linen to me. I just love it. So I'm loving stitching it again. And I can't wait to see how it is when they're finished. Size-wise, they'll be the same, but intensity will be different, and I can't wait to see which way I prefer it, which way I want to finish the others that I'm going to stitch from that Beetles collection. So that is one thing that I'm working on. Another whip. That was my only finish this time. Another whip. All of these have needles in them. I don't know why. I just stopped mid-project, I guess. This is Coquelicots from Reflets de Soie. I just love poppies. They're so pretty. I think it's my favorite flower, poppies. And I got quite a bit done on this project. Quite a bit. I had only done this flower and then a little bit of green over here. So I stitched this bud, this hanging down flower. Is that not beautiful? This leaf, this blue, this bud, and this green here as well, and finish this leaf. I'm stitching this on 38 count Russian tea cake, and I'm using Soie d'Alger. The flosses for this are just fantastically beautiful. I think this is the prettiest color palette in the whole wide world. The greens and the pinks and the blues and the reds are just fantastic. Fantastic. I keep them in a separate plastic bag, as I do when I work with silk. I always floss drop, I think everything. I can't think of anything well, there's got to be something I don't floss drop, but we'll see it when we get there. So that's Coquelicots. I got a lot done there. Another project that I started, this was a start for me, was, oh, this isn't a hoop too, poop. This is Tomato Hill. Is that all it's called? Tomato Hill, yeah. I've just bought the tomato sampler too because I love this design. This is Tomato Hill. Look at that cat. The cat is two different patterns. So I finished the house. I did the tomatoes. I've got to do the grass, but I wanted to fill it in with the cat and the other plant so I could just stitch the grass. This is going to be a real quick stitch. This is what it looks like, Plum Street. And this was from, I forget, it was one of the guilds that I'm in. Let's see. And this is on Cafe au Lait, 36 count Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim. I forget what this is from. If it's from Sampler Guild of the Rockies or if it's from Rose, Two to Rose. I forget. Probably Two to Rose, I think. Okay, so that's Tomato Hill. And then I stitched on my frame. I have a Mark II frame that I bought from Evertote. And I'm stitching on the frame right now. It's pretty much all the time this. This is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. And I'm doing the second square here. I can't wait to get done with this square. It's been, I don't know why, but it's just been taking so long. It's almost full coverage. I'm almost done with the roof, and then I have 4 chimneys to do, and then 3 motifs, and then I'm done with this one. I'm going to move on to this third square here. I'm behind on this. I have done all of the squares, and then I have New Year's Eve done. I wanted to do this because it was completely full coverage. And then the first two. I'm almost done with the second. I'm stitching this on flannel flower with NPI silk. And this is the colors. I have to pull off the same, like there's tons of floss here to use. And every time I pull off what I need for that square and put back the ones I'm not using. And I just love using the NPI silks for this project. It is wonderful. It's getting a little bit dark. Let's switch on my light. Oh my goodness, there you have it. Okay, so let's see again. This is on flannel flower. I think that reflects the color a lot better. That's the square I'm working on. Don't you love the snow? That is the only variegated floss in this pattern. And it's a thread gatherer. Mint something. Is it Mint Frost? I think so. Mint Frost. So that is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm going to keep working on that every month. So I want to get it done for Christmas, but I don't know if that's probably a pipe dream at this point. Okay, another project that I'm working on. This is a Sal with Audrey Stitch Bead. And I haven't stitched this. I stitched with Lori, a friend from Instagram, messaged me and asked if we wanted to stitch this together, and yes, I did. So that was fun. This is Anne Tong Ufendel. Oh, that's not the front. This is what Audrey separated into different sections for us to stitch, which I think is just a fantastic way to do this. Trying to find the cover. You guys have seen it, but I just want you to see it again. So you can see where I'm at. I am stitching with DMC, and I started here, and you do 3 flowers on the border and then 1 section each month. And I started stitching halfway through the month. I'm almost done with this month's stitching. I'm a little bit late, as usual, but I'm doing pretty well. So I got the first month done on time, and now I'm working on the second month. I have to finish this, and I did the over 1 flowers and this little flower right here. So I love the over 1 on this little project. So fun. I think they're so pretty. I'm stitching this on Millstone 36 count by Linen Fiber Arts, LFA Linens. I love this fabric. It's really pretty. And it's 36 count. It's huge compared to what I'm stitching on. So I'm going to be working on this every month as well. Anne Tong Ufendel. have a lot of whips this month because it's almost 2 months. And I also worked a little bit on Big Ann. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler. This is Ann Dale, 1827, Big and Beautiful. She is that. So pretty. Big Ann. And I'm using Vicki Clayton Silk. That's what I call it. Hand-dyed floss, I think it's called. Beautiful. Just stunning colors. Did I put that one color back on here? Or is it over here? There was one missing, and if I don't put it in here, I'll never... Yeah, no, it's missing from there. Shoot. I don't know where it went. It's in this mess somewhere. So... I floss drop these too. They're on spools, but I like to floss drop everything. It makes a difference for me. This is on Marble Pointer XG Design. It's 47 count. And I'm done with all the borders. I just have to fill in the flowers, but I'm done with the bones of the border. And I'm working over on the grass. I'm working on this with my friend Phoebe and Michael. Michael is Davis Quilting Stitching. And we Zoom every Monday. And we're each working on a different section, so it's really fun. Michael travels all over the place on his. Phoebe's doing the top row. Phoebe's she doesn't like to do the border first. I like to do the border first. It's just my thing. I prefer it. Sometimes I don't, but this time I did. I wanted to. Depends on how I'm feeling. What I'm feeling that day. All right. And then I've been working on this project. This is... Gotta find the cover. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Sarah Brazier, 1829, 2018 Queen of the May. And I'm stitching it on 56 count, and I always forget what the color of the linen is. It's just a Zweigart, 56 count Zweigart, and I always forget the name of it. Cafe au lait, maybe? Does that sound right? Here. I've got the borders all done, bones of the border, and this time I went up and did some flowers on the side, and then I started on the bottom. I'm filling in this tree right now. And then I did a little lion. Isn't he cute? It looks huge on the paper, but on 56 count, it looks teeny weeny. So it takes me quite a long time to stitch on 56 count. It's a lot slower for me. I usually don't use any magnification when I'm stitching on 56 count. I just stitch in good light with bare eyes. So if my eyesight's not good that day, if I didn't get enough sleep, I don't stitch on the 56 count because I don't like to use magnification. It's so clumsy and clunky to me. I'm stitching this again with the Vicki Clayton Silks. And the reason I started this on 56 count is because it's so ginormous, and I've said this before, but Narissa is stitching it on 56 count. She's way further than me. She's an amazing stitcher. And she said she did it on 56 count. I thought, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. And it's going okay. It's not the best, but I mean, when you make a mistake on 56 count, it's not like you can frog very easily. But I just kind of go with whatever I have there. So I just go with it, try to make it work. But luckily the borders met, so yeah. Okay, and then I started a new project. I went to Country Sampler with Renee. She's Prairie Stitcher 515. And I bought a kit from there. Pam said that she was going to do this on, she's going to stitch this beautiful, this is a working copy, A French Rose by Marie Vallet. This is Running with Needle and Scissors. And she was going to stitch it on 56 count, and she had a hunk of fabric for it, and I could buy the remnant of it. I'm looking to see, yeah, here it is. It's Bestitch Me Sugar Cream Pie. And so I started it on 56 count. And look at how wee and cute this is on 56 count. So I've got all the border done, to square border, and it met. I was so excited. And then I'm doing all of these outside borders, and I'm running along the bottom border. But then I started the stuff on the bottom as well. I love this color. This is with the original floss recipe, Flamingo, right? Flamingo pink or something. Flamingo, yeah, by Gloriana. I can't find Flamingo anywhere, but Country Sampler had bought some to kit this up, so that's where I found it. Look at how pretty. I just love it. So this is much harder to see on this fabric than it is on my Just Plain Zweigart 56 count. This is much more difficult to see, and I don't know if it's because it's white or if it's tighter because it's been over dyed. I'm not sure, but it is hard to see. And again, I used magnification one day for it, but it was so clunky, and I could see great, but I don't know, maybe I just don't have the right magnifier. I have just this cheap magnifying clip-on light that I clip on, and that's what I use. So if anyone has any suggestions for me for the clip-on or for magnification, that would be great. It's not so clunky and hard to use, but it's been okay. Okay, I started something else with Phoebe. Again, Moonshine Stitchery and Davis Quilting Stitching. That's Michael. We have the Startitis, as Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitch says. This, I think I said I'm starting it. Michael said, I'll start it. Phoebe said, don't start it without me. This is Augustine Testar, Reflets de Soie. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous middle. That's where I started, middle. And Michael started somewhere else, and Phoebe started another place. So we all started at different places again. We're stitching this on Phoebe's linen. This is 40 Count Angel by Moonshine Stitchery. I'll put a link below to Phoebe's amazing linen. Okay. Yeah. So this is where I'm at. Look at how pretty this linen is. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I'm stitching it with DMC. You can't really see anything, but that's where I started, in the middle. And I am stitching this on my phone because it's so fiddly, the middle, using Markup XP. And it is really nice to stitch on Markup XP when you have a PDF. This I got as a PDF from online. What's that lady's name of her site? She's got GGR and Reflets de Soie as PDFs. I'll link it down below. She's on Etsy. I really enjoy her. She'll try to get anything that she can for me on PDF. That's really nice. Or for anybody on PDF. Another start. This is Kindred Stitcher is stitching this as well. And I'm stitching this 1839 Susan Rambo sampler. And I said, I'm starting this. And Michael said, I'm starting it. And Phoebe said, I'll start it too. So I think Michael's using DMC. I said, this one's NPI worthy. And he said, well, she's getting DMC. So their chart has different symbols than mine. They each have the chart, the boughten chart. And I'm using the one from the Antique Needlework Quarterly magazine. And we're stitching this. I'm stitching this on what? I think I wrote it down. 40 count saltbush. Yeah, 40 count saltbush. And I am using all the NPI silks, except I didn't have 2 skeins of 292. So I am using variegated floss with the NPI silk, and I'm alternating creme de menthe with NPI 292. Otherwise, it's all the NPIs. And I think it's fun. This grass is really fun. It's a lot of grass, and so it'll be really nice. I just started at the bottom left, which I never do, but I wanted to this time because I wanted to stitch those radishes in that grass. Then I wanted to get to the border. This flower, I don't like the brown in the middle of this flower, so I'm going to change it to gold. This is one of the flosses that if you use DMC, it's a 422 in DMC, and another NPI is 422 as well. So they did 2 NPI flosses is 1 DMC. So I am going to change that out to be the gold color. They have one of these in each corner, and I don't like the brown in the middle. It's just personal preference, I think. But this is really fun to stitch on. So we pick something that we started together each time we stitch on Monday. And I just love having projects. I just love starting projects too. I have bunches of stuff that I want to start in a pile, and I'm like, oh, I want to start that. Oh, I want to start that so bad. But I'm cooling my jets for a little bit here. Okay, and I think a last whip here, right? Yes. Is this is my first ever bag, project bag, and Kindred Stitcher sent me this bag. Isn't that wonderful? This beautiful blue bag, and it's got a little safety pin button in the corner there. This is the softest material ever, and it's Sunny's Flower Shop, it says on it. Lots of flowers. I love flowers. And then the inside is just a beautiful dot. I was so thrilled to get this. This is my first ever bag that I've ever had. I really like it. I might become a bag lady. I'm not a bag person, but I really enjoy getting my things out of this bag. I never thought I would, but I really do. Okay, and this is Lissy Sloboda. This is a unicorn chart for me that was sent to me by a wonderful woman. And this is a little bit of a difficult chart to work. There's no overlap, so I've had to tape everything together like this and fold it over. And it's total confetti stitching in the top. But it is the most beautiful chart that I've ever worked on, ever. And I love it so much. This isn't my last whip, but look at how far I am on this. I got 2 more flower clusters done on the top here. These 2, I have 2 more to go. I made it all the way to the end with these borders here. These lines separating the borders, I should say. And then I stitched the rest of this motif. I didn't have this motif stitched last time, or this tree the last time, or this alphabet, to be honest. I finished this alphabet and this alphabet. So I've gotten a lot done. This is stitched on flannel flower as well, 40 count flannel flower. I'm really enjoying this one so much. And the flosses are so beautiful. These are all Weeks Dye Works. It's another thing I like about this bag. It's also nicely contained, you know, and it feels nice and padded. My flosses feel extra safe. So this is a ton of Weeks Dye Works. This is my favorite floss in this whole thing. It's called Peach Cobbler. Highly variegated. And it looks so good in the pattern. I love it. And then this one too is really fun. Berry Splash. So many colors in this, and so many are like super loud. Lucky, I love Lucky too. Lucky's the best. These are great. I know I have a couple other whips. Oh, there they are. Okay. I worked on Hannah Campbell. Bald Pallady, Ireland. This is my second favorite. I love her. And I'm stitching this on 40 count something. I don't know what it's called. I'm stitching it with 100 threes. Oh, that's what I don't. I do not floss drop 100 threes. There you go. Phoebe does. I don't. This is a linen from, look at that. Look at how beautiful. Silk Weaver linen. And this is how far I've gotten. Got the over 1 alphabet in the middle and the numbers done. And now I got 2 letters right here done as well. The B and the C. I'm going to start going down with the red, these red feathers on the side now, and then do the alphabet. I love the over 1 on this piece. It is the best. and I love it. Yeah. Days Gone By is what this linen is called. Days Gone By. It's so pretty. 40 count Days Gone By. I remembered. See, this is what I usually use for a project bag. A Shein bag. And then Phoebe and I once worked on this project one time. This is another project that I have to use highlighter to mark off my progress because it is such a crazy border. But this is the border. That's the cutie cute border. I want to work on this first. We started this last June when she was here at my house, Phoebe and I. This is the Stitching Parlor. Mr. Collins' Humble Abode. I'm stitching with mostly the original floss recipe, but I do have some substitutions in there. Yeah, I have several substitutions actually. And I'm stitching it on 40 count ballet slipper. So pretty. Such a pretty border. These little flowers right here are with an over-dyed silk. I think it's lavender honey. Gilded lavender from Silken Colors. I think I've mentioned it before. Look at how pretty. Yeah, instead of just being plain purple, it's that. So I'd like to do all the Pride and Prejudice from the Stitching Parlor. I got all those charts from Acorns and Flax. Is that what it's called? Acorns, and it's a shop out in Washington, and I just ordered them from her. She had all of them. I think you can get them from her. I gotta look it up though, so I'm telling you the right thing. Acorns and Threads. Yeah. That's where I got it from, that pattern. Shoot, I took the needle out and I don't remember what it is. Okay, and then I got to start with Renee for her birthday. Renee, Prairie Stitcher 515. And we started a pink Quaker. Some people started big ones. I started the one Renee's starting. I thought I was so, I'm going to start this one. I found a good one, but Renee had already found it, so. This is Rose Quaker Sampler by Stickdeen van den Weehenberg and Roger Schwenker. Yeah, this is so pretty. And I'm using Vicki Clayton Silks. It's a PDF, and this is 46 count. Is it 46 count or 40 count? 46 count Lakeside Navy Bean. Looks so good. Oh, these pinks and pinky browns are so beautiful. I think this is my favorite Quaker right now. So I'm going to start working on a few of the older things in my whip pile right now. It's so funny. I have the tiny decision maker wheel that Phoebe has, and I spun it and I thought I'm going to work on whatever it says. And something came up and it was like my full coverage spring project. And I was like, no, I don't want to. So then I didn't. Whenever I have a plan, I just ruin it myself. So hilarious. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stitch that. So I didn't. Okay, now we're going to do some haul, I think, right? Yes. Okay. and then I'll do plans. So I will do my fall charts first. This I ordered from, I don't know where I saw this. Permanent of Copenhagen it is. And this is called Sampler 1830. And it's a blue sampler. I don't know where I saw it, but I wanted it. So I looked it up and I found it on eBay. And I bought it. It's one of those horrible charts that's a whole piece that I'll have to figure out a way to copy and paste it together. Pain in the hinder, but if you want to stitch it, you got to do it, right? I'm not going to start this anytime soon. My God, I have so many huge samplers to stitch on. So I don't have to worry about it for quite some time. And then I told you I ordered this, a French Rosé by Marie Ballet, not by Marie Ballet. Running with Needles and Scissors. Contented Needleworker Kim finished it already. Renee restarted it. I started it. And I bought, this is from the, this is from Market this year, Plum Street, Friendship Garden. And then Gathered Hearts. I just buy all hers because I love them, every one of them. And Rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again I say rejoice. I bought Spring Swan. I've got 2 of the swans done. Oh, this is another Plum Street tomato sampler. I said I bought that. And then I've got some mail, and these are Annie B's. I have not started even one yet, and I have it sitting on my ironing board because I want to start it right now. Oh, there's that floss. Okay, right there. One that was missing. Okay, so I have the number 1 in a bag that I want to start today or tomorrow. And it's a series by Crazy Annie Stitchin' that she's doing. And it's a monthly series, Nutcracker Forever. Look at these. I have the little boards and the paper, the perforated paper. That's number 2. This is number 3, Uncle Drosselmeyer. How adorable. And then number 4, I just got the Mouse King. Sweet. So cute. So I'm going to start on that today or tomorrow. And then I bought Animal Crackers, Lily. Everybody bought this. I am so interested to see how people are going to finish this. Somebody had started this, and I bought it too to start it. It's called Little Flock by Erica Michaels. I forget who started it, but it was half price online, so I got it. It's stitched on 40 count, a little piece of silk, 40 count silk, and you do like tent stitching. So I'm excited to stitch this 40 count silk gauze. And then I had bought this months ago and just got it now because I was waiting for Happiness is Homemade to come in, and it didn't come in till, like, I don't know, a few days ago, apparently the end of April, or the end of March. And it's Eunice Tankerel sampler. I have this all kitted up, and I'm going to start it soon as well. Then the reason that I think that Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, she just wanted to brighten my day, she said, sent me, I had purchased some charts from her D-stash. She has a great D-stash. And I had put my name on this Reflets de Soie mystery sampler, but we didn't get together, and I didn't, she didn't send it to me. So she sent that to me, and the beautiful bag the beautiful project bag. But I had bought some from her stash. And look at this. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Le Grill de Maurice C. Creation, I don't know what it is. Pauline C, it says. Anyway, it's in French. And Vicki Clayton Silks. So I will be doing that with her silks. Oh, and I love this. Absolutely love this. Cedar Hill Winter Bouquet. And then I love the birds. My dad loved birds. I love birds. But this is Shakespeare's Peddler. And then it says Wren in there. 1, 2, 3, Crowlark Wren. And Wren is the name of my granddaughter. So I had to buy that. Anything that says Wren, like the Wren sampler, Teresa Kogut. I'm waiting for that to come too. I pre-ordered that. And then the sunflower seed. Song of Solomon. I love the look of this, but I have no clue what this verse means. The last part, okay, so this part's really good. Winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of singing the birds has come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. Not sure what that last part means. And the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. So anyway, I love the look of this sampler. So cool. So I'll see what I want to put in there instead of the voice of the turtle. Not sure about that. And then I bought Gifts of the Season. I was at this, I got this chart already from fall thing at the attic. The autumn. But I wanted this beautiful big sampler charted. So I'm super excited to stitch this whole sampler. You know, I have all the other little guys, but I wanted the big one, to stitch the big one. So I'm going to stitch that big one. And then the Sweet Birds Sing, had to buy that. And New Beginnings from Teresa Kogut. This really, I love this. And Annika Bohr, 1801. I bought this, Twin Peak Primitives. That's so beautiful. And this is so beautiful. Windermere Basket. Windermere Basket. I love it. The Kluba. Gorgeous. And then I think Country Stitches, they showed this chart, and I love a good Amish barn, and she showed this chart because she used this wagon, or this on her beautiful sampler that she made herself. She showed this, and I thought, oh, I like this. So it's a really neat chart. I'm excited. So I want to stitch this. Not right now, but eventually. And then the Piece de la Resistance, I don't know how you say it, my stitching album, Jeanette Douglas. This is just fantastic. And what really drew me to this is I'd heard someone say that the floss that she whittled it down to however many flosses, and you only needed these Gloriana flosses. Oh my gosh, no. That is not true. I bought the ones that they said that you needed, but look at this floss list. That's only half of it. Not even half. Yeah. So I think what they meant was you only needed to buy the ones that are bolded because they are really variegated. And the other ones, she had substitutes for DMCs. I think that's what she meant. But really, everything is silk originally. So I made the decision that I was going to buy This is just a book of specialty stitches, which really, really appeals to me. And I don't know why. You don't have to put it in a book. You can put it in different, you can do whatever you want. You can do different samplers or whatever. But I just want to show you some of these gorgeous. She has examples from 3 different people. Her example that she stitched, and then 2 other women, and they all finished it a little bit differently. Jeanette used grommets, and another woman used this to finish the book. Look at that. That is so clever. And this is page 1. And this is 2. This is Mosaic Muse. Each of them have a different theme. I just think that's gorgeous. And then this is Milanese Moment. All different specialty stitches. And some people show the back of their work, and other people don't show the back of their work. They cover it with a piece of linen. If you're a beautiful stitcher, which I am not a beautiful back stitcher, my back does not look the greatest. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this. I just love this. Showcase your beautiful. And then there's a little area you can do a workbook area. This is Scotch Switch Sampler. And then she has directions and instructions for every single stitch. Oh, this is my favorite. Florentine Fancy. That was my grandma's name. Look at this. So pretty. And you make notes, and you can chart your own way if you'd like to. And this is Crossed Caper. And she tells you with each step. Oh my goodness, here's another crossed caper finish. So there's 2 pictures of each pattern. And this is Hungarian Harmony. This is pink and green, which is my absolute favorite combination. And my friend Phoebe loves Jeanette Douglas. And so she's done a lot of her stuff, and I love Phoebe's finishes. Oh, this is another example. And then the last one, that's Rhodes Rhapsody, sorry. And then this is Herringbone Hour sampler. And she has alphabets in here for you to use to personalize your own work. And each beginning shows which threads you'll need for that. So this says that you need winter woods. And in the beginning of the book, it shows all the DMC conversions for these. Soie d'Alger, light gold, light rose, dark burgundy, and then NPI, 2 NPIs. So I made the decision that I was going to buy the, what's this? Oh, that's the herringbone, another example of the herringbone, somebody else's herringbone stitch. That I was going to buy at the beginning of each sampler. I was going to buy, because I had bought all the specialty flosses that they said to buy, and the rest you would just be DMC. I'm just going to use buy as I go. And then I'll have a nice collection of flosses at the end. So I bought the ones that I'll need for the first piece. It's the finishing that's going to be hard for me, but I'll just do my best. So I got the front and back cover flosses. So again, it just shows right here the flosses that you'll need for the front and back cover. And this uses 32 count. I think that she used Lakeside something. Let me see what Lakeside she used. I did buy a big piece of Lakeside. 32 count. So, no, it's not. It's Creme Brulee by R&R Reproductions. Light Exemplar. That's the one that I have. Vintage Light Exemplar by Lakeside. Dirty Teacup you can use. Crepe by Seraphim. And Vellum by Picture This Plus. Brown Paper or Little Bunny by XJew. Shrekie's Tan or Heirloom by Needle Bling. So there's total variation in this, and I just love the setup. And I know from Phoebe doing these that Jeanette gives excellent instructions. I'm sorry that was long, but I just wanted to show you that book. It's so clever. Okay, other things that I got are some linen from Phoebe, my friend Phoebe. I bought a piece of linen and sent it to my friend Renee in Iowa. I wanted her to try Phoebe's linen. I am just sold on it. So Phoebe sent me her linen, and she always sends me extra, a little present. She's good people. And she dyed these flosses for me. Look at these, a little rainbow floss bouquet. Aren't those pretty? So it's a little grungy rainbow. I should have put it in rainbow order. It's almost in rainbow order. There. I just love them. Little grunged up rainbow flosses. So she dyed that herself. She's just an amazing color person. Amazing colorist, I should say. And I bought, this is 40 count Serenade. Pink's my favorite color. And this is a pinky version of Serenade. Look at that. Pinky gray tan. And then I bought this. This is gourd, 40 count gourd. I want to put a Halloween piece on this. Isn't that perfect for Halloween? And then this is 40 count Carino. Very highly variegated. This is one of our highly variegated pieces. The other ones have subtle modeling. Carino, gorgeous. I cannot wait to put something on this. And then this is 46 count Rhapsody. I think this is probably my favorite linen that she makes, that she dyes. Look at how beautiful that is. so pretty. So I got those linens. And then today this came in the mail for me. I ordered this from Hands Across the Sea. It's the new Elizabeth Stevenson 1854 2025 Queen of the May. And it came, if you you belong to her Facebook group, Friends of Hands Across the Sea, then you were able to order it early, and you would get sent these two little panels. I want to have someone make this into a bag for me, and then a little bag for flosses and stuff. So I'm going to need to commission some work. I don't sew like that, so if anyone knows who would do that. So pretty. I love it. And then there was a card in there. This is Maria Wales Newson. Look at this pretty chart. There's a card, a free card. Thought that was really sweet. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to probably stitch that with Soie d'Alger or 103. I'm really enjoying stitching with Soie d'Alger. Usually I only do DMC for a lot of the Hands Across the Sea, but for that one I want the other. I got this. I don't know if I showed this last time. This is the club piece from Country Sampler, and really I saw this at Country Sampler when Renee and I were there, and it is so beautiful stitched up. I went, I mean, when I got this, I thought it was beautiful, but seeing the model in person was stunning. It was beautiful. So pretty. Look at that. This is my working copy I made. And it came with, mine came with old stationery, 40 count old stationery by Seraphim. The other one was Hemingway by Needle and Flax, but I didn't get Hemingway. This is for sure old stationery, which is fine by me. I love old stationery. Old stationery. Not new, old. And then these are the colors. Tons of pink, which is my fave. This is Tennessee red clay. 3 Tennessee red clays it uses. A little bit of green, and then this bright pink strawberry parfait, and then blackboard. Look at this blue blackboard. It's crazy. So I want to start that, of course. And then I am in the guild, Sampler Guild of the Rockies, and we got their the sampler in the mail from that retreat. I did a Zoom retreat, but I didn't log on. I forget why. I think I was doing something that day. I don't know what. Oh, I was that the day? We've been so busy. My dad died again in January. I mentioned that. And my mom is selling their house up north. And it was a pit. So we had to take, not a pit, I wouldn't say a pit, but there's a lot of stuff to move. I mean, my dad was a big hoarder and he loved his tools. So we had to get rid of all that stuff. So I think we got a dumpster and we all hauled stuff to the dumpster from there. So this is so pretty. Look at Anne Hallam, 1816. This is their Sunday best. She's another of my favorite designers, Shakespeare's Peddler. So, and her explanations are always the best. The fabric is beautiful. And it's a very neutral color palette. Very neutral color palette. The fabric is Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works, which is so beautiful. I love Cocoa. Really pretty. So this is 40 count. It came with a needle. And then all the flosses. And it's Weeks Dye Works. And then Classic Color Works. And then some Gentle Art. I like when she kits things up, Teresa, because she uses a lot of different flosses. So this is a very neutral color palette. I was not expecting that, but I really like it. I love deers in samplers. I love stitching deer, and it's very pretty, super pretty. And I like how this is irregular, this border. Look at the top, you can see she did her own thing there. And then she, a little more different color there. Bumping in another color over there. A couple different reds, I think. So it's just really pretty. Look at that house. Such a pretty house. I think this is the original sampler on the back, maybe. I don't know. This one? Looks like it. Anyway, super cute. The guy and the girl are sitting there with their arms on their hips, ready to be stitched. So I'm excited to start that as well. Something that I'm going to start, that I'm kitting up and I want to start soon, is Quaint Rose Needle Arts, Anne Hughes, 1852. Love this chart. And I'm going to stitch it on, this is from Phoebe's site. This is afternoon, 40 count afternoon. This is a different linen. It's not Zweigart. She said it's a little more expensive than Zweigart, but I want to stitch on this. She said she's had a great experience stitching on this, and her stitches lie really nice on this fabric. It is a rougher feel, but it's also, it doesn't feel as hefty as Zweigart, but it does feel a little stiffer. So I have the flosses ready to start this. And I think, I don't have every single floss, but I think I'm going to substitute some of these. I have so much floss. I need to start subbing instead of just buying what I have. And also, I have 250 projects kitted up. I could pull from those, you know. I've always wanted to show this, and now that I'm filming on a different setup other than my phone, I can show you. I use this app right here. It's X Stitch Plus. And I have, you can see, I have 189 projects in here kitted up. So this is my journal, and these are all my projects. And I have all the linen in there and the flosses. So if I want to find something that let's say I want to find grasshopper. I type grasshopper with a comma, because I always put a comma, and then search. And here are all the projects that have grasshopper in them. So I can find whatever I need and pull from there. And then somebody's Flosstube was talking about I'm a Stitch Nerd has little place cards for stitches, and I always write on wherever I steal it from, like where I've stolen it from. But it would be helpful if I had a card in there of where it went to, and I never even thought about that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna order that from Laura. So that's a great idea. But this is just a fantastic way for me to keep track of my inventory and use what I have instead of buying and buying and buying, you know? I mean, I like to have things kitted up, but I also need to, you know, use what I have if I'm starting things. So I'm starting this as well soon. I like to start. Sean, Periwinkle Stitcher, showed this, and I was like, oh, I have that too. I want to start that too. But I've started a lot of things that she has started. She's my twin gal. This is Eunice Tangerell. And I'm going to stitch her on, look at all these DMCs. Just a ton of them. Ton of floss. And I'm going to stitch it on Up in the Attic. 40 count. Up in the Attic. Because it's supposed to be on Cocoa, I think. And this is pretty dark. Let me see how it compares to Cocoa. Oh yeah, it's just a little lighter than Cocoa. It's just a little bit of a different brown, but they look about the same value. This might be a little bit lighter. So I want to start her. I love the border. And then another thing that I have kitted up that I want to start. Well, two more things, and then I'll stop. I want to start Chocolate Hearts. I have the little box for this, so I want to start it. And then the other thing that I have that I want to start is Jessie Challenor. I have the DMC for that. And I don't know what I'm stitching that on. Oh, Lakeside. Is it pecan butter? Vintage Sand Dune, sorry, 46 count Vintage Sand Dune. And I'm doing it in the chill colorway, the calm colorway. Oh, here's another thing that I got. Parish Farm Girl. Oh, I love her stuff so much. I got a little tomato pincushion, and then I got this Pear. Her stuff is just the best. She's the best stitcher. I love her stuff. So this Pear is so cute. Keep it right here. All right, I think that's it. I showed you enough stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good time and stitch away.